everybody, and welcome to Being Serious and Failing. I'm Stefani Sharon.
I'm Jonathan McFadden.
And this show is going to try to take a look at some serious events going on, but from a lighter side, because we're not great at being serious, although we try. Jonathan, when we started this show, you were not into not very up on political events and stuff like that.
That's putting it lightly.
So coming from that point of view, what did you think of the presidential debate?
So I thought the debate was very revealing. It revealed to us, or at least to me, what we need, or I should say who we need, and who we need to keep in the reality TV zone.
Yes.
Entertaining, absolutely.
Wow.
Great television, absolutely. But do I want that guy holding the nuclear football? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
It almost felt like Kamala Harris was at times politely punishing him, like teaching him.
She baited him at every turn until he just went off the rails with ridiculous stories.
Right, but she was in control. She was under
Oh,
control.
absolutely.
She was very
She
much,
was definitely in control.
Yeah, and I
Like
thought,
when
well,
she kicks back with her, she had her hand on her chin.
That's leadership.
Oh, man.
That's leadership.
She looked at him like he was a naughty 5-year-old.
Right.
Like, I can't believe you put your hands in there again. That kind of a look,
There was one moment where I thought she was going to call him a name, an expletive, because she just did seem so comfortable. She's like, these people do all this, and then here's this former president.
It was so great. So great. And the whole thing just kind of built and built, and he just got more and more ridiculous. I cannot believe he talked about people eating pets. Are you kidding me right now?
And
Something
then
that is proven to be a lie. I really feel for the police department in that town at Springfield, because everybody is calling them, checking on these pet incidents, and there's none. They've had to debunk this. Like, I can't even imagine how many times they have
did you
had
see
to say, no,
Trump
nobody's
even
eating
said?
pets.
What Trump even said about it was, well, I saw it on TV. Well, yeah, but not everything you see on TV is the truth. And then David Muir said, well, I spoke with
Really
the
good.
city manager. The city manager says this. Yes. Yeah, but I saw it on TV. Okay, but the city manager says there's no evidence of that. It was the blame game.
Yes, it was
all night from him.
Crazy. The only person saying that on TV is JD Vance. So he might have seen it there, but it's bullshit in that instance also.
But remember, JD Vance and Trump hadn't really discussed certain things.
No, they haven't.
I'm like, you can't, that can't be your response. Well, we haven't talked about it. He's your vice
that is
president.
Bad. You know what? Not better. Not better at all.
Not better. I watched the whole thing, and even though I obviously am leaning heavily towards Kamala Harris, I tried to watch it with an open mind. I did watch it with an open mind. And it wasn't until I started treating them equally in the beginning that I realized they're not equals.
No, not at all.
I mean, she turned to him and she said, "You're a disgrace."
Yeah.
Not that she was quoting herself, although I'm sure she loved saying it. But you know, she brought in the American people by turning to the camera. She brought in, turned and looked at Trump and talked directly to him, and he wouldn't turn and look at her at all.
No. His face barely changed. Barely changed. He must have practiced that look that he has where you're not sure if he's actually awake or not, like maybe he fell asleep with his eyes open. What do I know? And I thought she was fantastic. I was very impressed.
She really was. And it was about time that we as a country saw her in what do you even call that? I mean, it was rehearsed, but it wasn't scripted.
Right,
It was
right.
raw, it was real, it was live. And one of the things I kept thinking to myself is I know that there's a lot of preparation that goes into these debates.
They're supposed to be.
Well, I mean,
I know
to
one of them prepped a lot.
you can tell who studied for that
Yeah, I
test,
wonder which
right?
one it
But
was.
it's like sometimes they'll even recreate the studio so that
Yes.
the
She had somebody playing Donald Trump, and
she
that was
must
like
have,
method acting about it, so she could play that out. And
right.
mhm,
But if they both did that, and I'm not saying that I know that they did or didn't, but if they both did that, that was Donald Trump with some of the most expensive coaching and preparation money can buy. Imagine what he would have been without that.
yeah. Well, I think once he got angry, when she really got under his skin, he any prep that he was even thinking about went right out the window. And I think that's when he started getting angry and talking about ridiculous things, uh, and just basically fell apart. Fell apart by the end of that.
From what I hear, being the president is not a stress-free job. And
I've heard that too.
and you probably get upset from time to time. If
Yes.
that's how you're going to react, like a little kid that had his Hot Wheels car stolen or something,
Right. Right.
I'm fine with him being a reality TV star. He's interesting to watch, but you can't lead the country.
No, let's be serious.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Go and
Let's
sit
just
down.
get real about it. Okay. And let's have some real words with ourselves.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
No. Oh,
But
so,
what did you and Gary think of it?
oh, well, we, of course, loved it. And as it just one slam after another until he was just left almost speechless. I mean, it just got more ridiculous as it all went on. Um, and in most publications show her as a clear winner of the debate last night. I'm sure you could dig up a few that don't agree with that statement. And because I'm sure there are some of those uh, publications out there,
Ooh.
but USA Today, CNN, ABC, CBS, NBC, AP, even maybe Reuters, all of those states pretty similar in the subject matter that they handle. And you think, okay, look at how many of these organizations are saying the same thing. That must be correct. And then Fox will have the total opposite or such a weird spin on the story that it's not recognizable anymore. It's like the cake's been left out in the rain. You know what I mean?
That's a really good analogy, but it also makes me sad for that cake.
I
Uh,
know. Nobody wants it anymore.
but,
See?
but sometimes Fox is almost like the onion. Like there's no way that could be real. It's interesting. It's like Trump himself. This is entertaining and interesting, but there's no way this is real.
But even they didn't report on Haitians eating cats.
My God.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Or
come on.
or abortions after the
Yes.
baby's been born. Well, then it's no longer an abortion.
No. And he's trying to say that they're being executed.
And Lindsay Davis, who did a great job, Davis, right? Did a great
I think so.
job just keeping things moving. She even fact checked him and said, there is no state where that is allowed, sir.
Yes.
But then
I
he
love
kept arguing.
that they fact checked him along the way. I thought that was awesome.
I can just imagine being a fly on the wall, hopping off of Pence's head, flying to your place, watching you and Gary watch the debate. You guys were probably yelling at that television as if they could hear you.
Well, you know what I bet it sounded like? It probably sounded like we were watching a football game if we watched football because it was like, oh,
You're standing up and cheering with your big foam
I'm just
fingers.
going, what? I mean, that's probably what it sounded like for sure. Well, I'm really glad that you watched the whole thing. That's really good because I know it's not your favorite topic.
It's I here's the thing. I watch a lot of it, but it's on in the background while
Mm,
I'm doing other things. And you know what?
gotcha.
Here's how I'll wrap this up. And this is God's honest truth. For me, I never thought politics really affected my day-to-day activities. I gotta edit this thing or do this audition or do this commercial. I'm sure that what they're talking about, this is in the past, applies, but how's that going to affect me? I'm going to follow the rules. I'm going to do all the things that we still have to do.
My life
This
goes on.
is right. This is one of the first times where I look at this and I go, no, this really could affect not just my day to day, but the day to day of my family,
Yes,
of my friend. I mean, it seems really important. And frankly, I'm a little concerned that there are successful, smart, educated, passionate people who don't see it the way that I'm
yes,
starting to realize it.
yes. It is incredible. They drank the Kool-Aid. Like, I don't know what it is that makes them, it's like they go crazy all of a sudden. You know, they could be brilliant in other areas of their life, but they can't see through this bullshit. Really?
What is it that they see that I'm not able to pick up on? It's like those old 3D books or posters from the 90s. Remember, if you cross your eyes and stand at the right point, you can see a number or a crab or whatever. It's like,
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
talking about? The magic eye stuff. I don't know how to see that magic eye image of Trump being effective, especially
I can't
after
wrap my
last
brain
night.
around it. And there's a part of me that doesn't want to because I'm afraid I would never come back,
But
you
we have
know?
to be open to it, right? We have to be
Yes.
open to hearing both
You
sides.
have to be aware of the other side. You have to, and you have to ask yourself a lot of questions about it. Like, is what I'm hearing true and possible? You know, you have to do your research, which when Trump came off the stage last night, one of the first things he was asked about was what did he think of Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris? He just said, I don't know. I don't know. And then later he like wrapped his head around something and came up with a statement saying how he likes somebody else much better than her, and she's probably going to pay for that in the marketplace for a statement like that. Yeah, sure she will. I'm sure she's worried.
You know
I'm sure
what?
she is.
If she's going to pay for something in the marketplace, she's going to be okay. She's a
Oh yeah.
billionaire.
Yeah. I don't think she's worried about you know, her sales suffering. I really don't.
And in the beginning, I thought to myself when I saw that post, I thought, look, you're a pop star. It doesn't matter. Like whoever you want to endorse, whatever, who cares about your, but then I
Oh,
realized, no, you've got so
oh
many
my
people
God.
that you influence
Yes.
that
Some
it does
283
matter.
million.
Yeah, it matters a
Mhm.
lot. And bravo to her.
Yes. Yes. And she really, in the post towards the end, talked about doing your research. She didn't tell them all how to vote. She told them to do their research and make a decision, an informed decision.
Which is what
So,
she did.
yes, and I think that's awesome. That's awesome. Frankly, I don't see how you can do any research at all and think that Donald Trump has even two brain cells to rub together. But, you know,
In
maybe you'll
this
find the
arena.
Kool-Aid recipe and you could tell us all about it.
You take the
I
little
know way too many smart people that are now insane and under that spell, and I
well,
don't understand.
you take the little baggie of delusion,
Yeah.
right? You pour it into the glass of narcissism, mix it up, add a few $1 billion and some felonies, and take a sip.
Little fake strawberry flavoring and stuff like
I
that.
have a
You're good
feeling
to
it's
go.
orange flavored. It's orange
Oh, it
flavored.
has to be.
Oh,
Has
that
to
gave me
be.
thick. Ugh, ugh.
Uh, So Donald Trump did have a very tough night last night. I'm sure that
Yeah.
you could smell the desperation and anxiety in the air. And so that led to something for us, you guys. We have written a parody commercial, Trump inspired, all about something to help him with his nervous sweat glands.
His excretions.
Yes, his excretions. So we hope you enjoy this. It is a cologne just for him, and it is called Oh to Desperation. Are things not going your way? Oh, to desperation. Change is causing too much frustration. Oh, to desperation. Making you feel too much perspiration. Oh, to desperation. A scent for the scared, desperate old man in you.
Oh, what's that smell?
Oh, to desperation.
What is that? Oh my God.
Available soon. Register for the possibility of a chance to buy it today. So there you have it. That was fun.
It was hilarious, but that was gross.
Can you believe how much that guy looks like him?
That's not him.
No, no. Luckily,
I was gonna
I
say,
know.
I mean, look, the guy's a TV star. He appears in all sorts of gigs,
Yeah,
including stock footage.
it's AI.
They told me AI was gonna destroy the world.
That
Step number
is a
one, right
sign.
there.
Oh man, fun times. Fun times. Now, guys, we want to know your opinion. What are you doing for this election? Are you leaning in any certain way? Is there something we should be aware of that we're not? We certainly don't know everything. We really don't know anything. So
Well,
we're
you
collecting
say
knowledge
we.
just like you.
You say we don't know anything. Truth is, I don't know anything. You're
I
very
know
well
a little
versed,
bit, just enough to be dangerous, which is okay.
enough to be effective. Because you know what? Had it not been for you and me talking about this while doing this show, I don't think I would have like really tuned in as much as I have. Now I'm only getting started in this, but I'm realizing that you can't be on the fence with something like it's almost
Not
like
this one.
right. It's almost like if you see it happen and you do nothing about it, then you're almost as guilty as the person doing it. Almost. I
Right.
feel like this is time for me to pay attention. So
Yes.
if anybody has any articles or any videos or anything that you think somebody who is fairly new to the political opinion, what do you want to call it, circus, um, you should look at, let me know, put it in the comments because I will look at it as I dive deeper into this. And look,
And
it
while
only
you're
took
there,
me
you might
40
as well
years.
subscribe. Very easy. Just go
Hey,
ahead.
you might as well.
Why
it's
not?
it's one or two little buttons.
While you're here, just go ahead.